Hey Charles, just thought I'd do this quick video on this travel app I'm using. So it's called TravelSpend, you can see on the bottom of the screen there. Very easy to use app. It's a question I get asked when I'm on the road quite a lot actually, is how do you afford to do these trips? Well, cheaply is the answer to that. So TravelSpend then, I used to record all this in a little note file and put it on the Patreon blog. What I've done now though is downloaded this app. I actually got the app from another blogger called As the Magpie Flies. So basically you just set up a trip. So I set one up here for this last trip. That's the last video on the blog. It's called Escaping the Floods. It wasn't really escaping the floods. I ended up getting more drenched on this trip than I did staying at home. But there we go. So you create a trip basically. I'll just do the trip settings. It's very, very simple. Obviously currency, start and end date. I do days rather than nights. So I was away 6 days on this trip, which was $50 a day is my budget in Australia, which is pretty tight, believe me, as you'll see in a minute. So I just multiply that by the days to give me the 300. So it doesn't work that bit out for you. You've got to actually do the math on that and put your trip budget in there. Once you've done that, then it's just a matter of entering the details as you go around your trip. So you can see on the first day I put $8.62 Australian fuel in there, food of $18 at Bunya Mountains. So when you add an entry, I'll do that in a minute, but you can categorise it as you can see down the left hand side. There's all different categories there, and you can create your own as well. So literally as I incur the expense for the trip, I just drop it straight in here. It takes literally seconds to do that. The other thing I do is when I've camped for free, I do a lot of wild camping. Except this trip was different because I went to the coast and there wasn't any free camping. I just put a zero amount in for the camping just to make sure that I can pretty much see that, like fuel day 2, free camping at Gania, free camping at Bunya Mountains on day 1, and then brekkie and coffee, and then obviously I stopped at an IGA, I think that was, and bought some groceries for $16.15. And then further up here you'll actually see where I've spent camping, unpowered site by the coast in Australia, off peak, $32, huge expense for me is that, because like I say, I usually get probably 99% of my camping free. So there we go, so these are all the expenses. To add an expense, it's really easy. You just put in the amount, so I'll just put $10 in there. What it was for, and you've got all these different categories to choose from. You can create your own category, so I'll just put that down as fuel. How I spent it, maybe that was on card. It's also got the location, GPS location. You can actually search for something there, so I'll just put nearest church to me, Toogoolawah United Church down the road here, as a location. And just various other bits and pieces, when you spend it, you can take a photo and add it in there as well. And then you hit the save button, and that's literally just added it in. Okay, so you see that top row today, and just by swiping like you do in most mail apps now, you can actually delete it, so I'll just delete that entry. It does give you daily average, so my budget was $50 a day, so you can see the trip total was $286 for the 6 days. Which came in at $47, which is a lot more than usual, like I say, because of this 2 lots of $32 camping down here. You can do stats on it. Don't know quite where they get these figures from. Obviously, the daily budget is incorrect there. I don't know where he's got that from, so it's interesting. I might give him a report on that, or ask a question on that one. But you can see the percentage, so the donut is the percentage of spend. You've got the dollar totals at the bottom. So you can see that their camping was $64, which was those 2 nights camping. Most of the expense in Australia, if you get free camping, is on the food. Fuel has gone up obviously at the moment, it's $2.20ish a litre. So it's quite interesting to see that climb as well. You can also do a map. Okay, so you can see where I started off here. That was Bunya Mountains down there, and then going all the way up to Elliot's Head, just below Bundy or Bundaberg. You can see there were 4 expenses there. Okay, I spent a total of $91.95, and like I say, $64 of that would have been on camping. Quite an interesting little app. I'm going to keep this video short, just a few minutes, but it seems to work quite well. Okay, that's it really. You got the expenses, the enter, you got your stats, percentage on donuts, and then actuals below. And then if you do it at the point you spend it, it also records the GPS coordinates of where you spent the money as well. Thanks for watching, channel, and please don't forget to subscribe. I'm still trying to hit that magic 1,000 subscribers and quite a way off, so I'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. Cheers all.